You are watching the Fuller House After Show, episode 13. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I don't know why my
I don't know why you're like that.
And mine had like fox.
I was like, yeah.
We're a mess,
We were
y'all.
all on the wrong
Overtired. Overtired, overworked.
Anyways, welcome guys to the final episode of the Fuller House After Show. Love is in the air.
Hey.
I'm your host, Annika Michelle, and with me are my dancing co-hosts.
DJ Jesse J.
and hip hopping Tiona Hobson.
Yeah,
All right.
Tiona Hobson. I love it. I love it. She broke it down right now.
She's trying to get this last week out with her braids.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it my last little rendezvous with the braids.
I love it. It was great. It was awesome. Anyways, this episode I thought the title was very fitting because love was in the air. Renewing
Awkward
wedding
love
vows.
was in the air.
Yeah, I mean one true love was in the air. Other ones were,
There was even some youth love in the air.
There was. Jackson got a kiss.
Yeah, so I mean, love was everywhere except for poor Stephanie.
Wow.
I think it's kind of good that she didn't settle with like one person this season because it's like who knows what 15 guys she's
a
gonna
cool
date next
line.
season,
Yeah.
right? It's like the Jesse. Jesse kept dating model after model after model after model until he found Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I feel like that might be the same path for Steph.
Boom.
She does have a great relationship with Uncle Jesse, so I could see her following
It's really
his
cute.
footsteps.
And really fast, I have to say, I love that Becky and Jesse renewed their vows together. I kind of wish that the twins were there.
Yeah.
Like, where are your kids?
You can't renew your vows and not
Are
have
they
your
like
kids
running
there.
that food truck in Venice that you bought them? Like, what's happening?
If I was a parent, I invested in my children. They would have to be working.
There was no
Sacrifice.
There was no mention of them whatsoever, which was kind of odd to me.
You know what? We're just not going to bring it up and maybe no one will notice.
Yeah. No, we noticed.
But, Danny wasn't there either. I thought,
That's
he
true.
would have been there for
It's a little weird,
that
too.
as well. But, sometimes budgets, you can't afford to get everyone back. You can afford for one episode to get everybody.
Right.
And then as the season goes on, it's the last episode and you're like,
Who's the cheapest ones we can get?
Right.
We only get one cake, guys. One cake. You got to get it right on the first take because we don't have another cake.
We don't have time here. That's true. And also, like, I have to say, the set-wise, I love the heart thing with the flashbacks of them in their
in the bedroom,
wedding.
Yeah.
That was really
That
cool.
was really
Old
cute.
school.
Can we try to, make it a love den for them, love attic?
But is that a little weird to have just old pictures of yourself like in a heart above your bed? Like, oh, it's
Well,
your
not for
loved
Uncle
in.
Jesse. But like what I took was more weird is like Kimmy's been up in this room for the past.
Right.
And
You're now sleeping in her bed that you, like,
Yeah, the loveness is a little strange.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was a little weird to me, but I love that they renewed their vows. I've never gone to a wedding vow renewal, so.
I haven't either. I always try to convince my parents to do it, but then they say we could spend that money and go on a trip instead.
And you're like,
oh.
vacation, okay.
Okay. All right, you got me.
My parents would just be like, "For what? Like, we've been married 36 years. Like,
Right.
we know."
We don't need to renew these vows.
I try to convince
They've
them.
been there.
No, but I try to play the card like I wasn't at your first wedding though, so like I get to be there for your wedding this time,
Yeah.
and that doesn't work because I'm a middle child and my parents don't love me.
Oh, but you're the
Just
only
joking.
girl.
I'm the only girl, so.
Sorry. I love that Kimmy did tell, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name right now.
Ramona?
Yes. Like, oh, you were just a few weeks short from missing the first one. Oh, good little information there, Kimmy. Thanks for letting us know that you were pregnant at your wedding.
Putting the pieces together.
Tied together. It's nice.
Yes, that I just have to comment on how sweet that was and how much everyone screamed when John Stamos and Lori Loughlin walked in the door. I thought that was really sweet welcome.
And I like when they do that and you can tell that it's the first take and like the audience didn't know because
Right.
their reaction is so excited.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, they probably had to do it like 3 more times and the audience reaction was not like the same every time.
Yeah.
So it's really great having a live studio audience because you can see the actors pausing and waiting for the laughter and the applause to die down. And it just makes it feel, I guess, not more real, but just...
You feel a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like your initial reaction as you're watching it is like, oh. And then as they give you the emotion, it's like, woo!
Yeah. Like, oh,
Makes you
it's
like-
okay that I'm sitting on my couch applauding with them
I
right
was
now.
like so happy when they walked in. I was like, wow! I like maybe cheered a little for them too. At home, it's fine. Home
They have a
studio audience here.
double wedding date, though.
Yes. Okay, about that.
Kimmy.
Stephanie.
She ran so many times off, like, on poor Fernando.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like it comes down to, you have to decide, am I doing this for myself, or am I doing this for my family, or am I doing this just to do it?
Right.
You know, and at the end of the day, I do look at it like putting your family first before you put yourself. But if it's in a situation, like, to me, with Fernando, it's like, well, if he's changed in all these things and you still do have these inklings of feelings, why not?
Exactly. And it's like, you already have a kid together. You've already been through the whole, like, marriage and divorce, but you hopefully not go through that again. But, like, you've already been engaged, had a kid. Like, you have a history. Like, you guys are both not seeing each other. You're engaged. Like, why are you running? Why did you say yes to the engagement if you're going to run at the wedding? You know?
She said yes yesterday. And I just think that it was very fast. Their whole re-courtship is fast. Considering, what did he say last week? How long had she been asking for the divorce to be finalized? It was like 3 years or something like that, he said. So it's like, you've been 3 years saying you didn't want anything to do with him, and then you guys have been secretly dating, not even publicly out, and then you get re-engaged. And so I just think that keeping the secrets and everything, like, they didn't have a real courtship this time around.
That's true. And maybe she wants to see, like, if he's really different or if things are going to be different.
Yeah.
And maybe piggybacking on Uncle Jesse's wedding, you know, expenses.
Like, way to just
smart.
ruin it.
Right.
Like, as if it was like, hey, we're just going to step in with you guys at the moment. Like, the whole weekend's yours, but for that one day, like, we're going to take a step. And then you're going to run off multiple times and eat the whole cake.
I'm sorry. Aunt Becky is a much better bride than I would have been, because I would have bridezillaed all over that as soon as she said that they were doing a double wedding. Be like, you're doing a what? On my day? Like, I know that they're just renewing their vows, but, like, it's still her day. And, you know, it's a sign of reigniting their love and everything. So I would have had a bigger problem with that than she did.
Yeah. I think it would have been a bigger problem if it was going to be like their first wedding, but it was neither their first weddings. It was a vow renewal, like you said, and the second wedding. So I feel like if it was the first one, it would have been bridezilla. But, like,
I feel like Jesse was more of the bridezilla, because
you
it was
think
like,
so?
Yeah, because I feel like Becky, like, she was so down for the bachelorette party. Like, even though they were supposed to spend this weekend and, like,
together,
really, like, it was supposed to be about them. You can see, like, we're always together. We always love each other. Like, it was almost kind of like, why are we actually doing this? Oh, I want to go to the bachelorette party. Oh, I want to bring Tommy upstairs. Oh, like, she was into everything else except for it. So it's like, I don't know. I looked at him being
for him
more,
for a moment with the baby. Yeah, like, hey, we're gonna go out, and he's just back with the kid. Like, okay.
But
Can we talk? Yeah, how cute was Tommy when he took the burger and he had the 2 burgers and he doesn't even have any teeth and he was trying to eat them, and I was like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that, but it's so cute.
He's
or
adorable.
Uncle Jesse
Oh my God.
telling Jackson to kiss her hand and then
move up.
give her a raspberry. Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah. I just
a little
almost
young.
went to give you a raspberry right now. My initial reaction was to just do
Don't
it to
do
you
that
right
on
now.
camera. I will react, and I will be so mad that it was on camera.
Oh my gosh, I would have died. But she's still dying from it.
I'm tucking my shirt because she's crazy.
I can't with Tiona. That was really funny, and I love that. Even though he didn't obviously listen to that part of advice, because, you know, Jesse said, like, don't listen to that, but he kind of, like, told her, like, you know, be romantic, and then that girl planted the kiss on him.
Yeah.
He was like, do you want a hug? I'm like, when do you ask a question for a hug? You just gotta go in for a hug. It's like, you know, bye. Not like, do you want a hug? What? What? Who asked that? If someone asked me that question, I'd be like, what kind of, what?
Nervous.
Do you think so?
I think at the junior high school age, I think
like touching is like
yeah, it's kind of like, oh, and he's, you know, she's the cool popular girl and he's not,
the nerdy,
so he's still kind of testing the water. He's like, okay, we've been hanging out, like I think it's going well, but is she actually into me, or am I making up in my mind? I go through this all the time with guys. I'm always like, okay, he touched my hand, but did he mean to touch my hand, or is like does he like me, or does he just like think I'm cool like me? I'm 30 years old and still going through this right now.
It's true.
The struggle is real.
I think everyone second guesses it when it's like happening to you, but like I feel like if you're watching from an outsider, you're like, oh no, he likes you. But then if it's happening to you, you're like, oh my god, no, like he's like that with everyone, or that's not what he's, you know.
So I think he's kind of going through that, and he's like, okay, like should we hug it out, or she just goes in for that kiss, and I was like, you know what, bold woman.
Mm-hmm. She loved the family. Mm-hmm. All about the fam.
All about it. And what was I gonna say about? I just have to say something funny about Kimmy. How they hired Kimmy to do the wedding renewal vows, and then like she's like, oh, I'll give you guys a discount, and then Becky's like, I'll give you the Becky special.
Oh, yeah, they really took that joke and ran with it.
What do you guys think the Becky special is? We can't even say that on the internet, huh?
We probably can't, but I mean, he's done. I mean, Jesse did say, don't make me give the Becky special to myself.
All I could think of was he's got to be really flexible to do whatever it is, because in my mind, doing whatever the Becky special is to yourself takes some flexibility.
Yeah, I mean, Becky on Urban Dictionary means something, so I'm assuming it was a play off that.
Netflix. Raunchy.
They're getting a little crazy there.
Fuller House, a little too full.
But I love that they hired Kimmy, even though like Kimmy and Jesse and Becky kind of had like an interesting relationship throughout the years, and I feel like growing up Kimmy probably did like Jesse, or like, you know, was just kind of that annoying neighbor that no one could stand, and I just think that's cute that for the wedding renewal vows you would never think that they would hire her.
Kimmy's business is soaring.
Yeah, she's doing great. And now Stephanie's working for her.
Every episode she got a gig going.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just looked up Becky on Urban Dictionary.
Oh my gosh, your mouth. You're like, ah.
Google it.
Yeah. All right, Fuller House.
What did you guys... My favorite part was the Bachelor scene at the end.
The Bachelorette?
The Bachelorette scene.
Bachelor. Yeah.
The rose ceremony.
And I mean, it followed the she-wolf conversation, which, you know, it was like, I liked it because it was cute. I felt like it gave us our moment of like seeing the girls, and then when they called the twins.
Yeah, oh my gosh, so funny. I went to voicemail, and then they just leave like all the
sayings, catchphrases. Boom. Sorry.
And I gotta say, Candace Cameron, you play a great Tipsy.
Yeah.
She does. I believed it. I was like, oh, she actually looks sloshed.
Yeah, like her whole like face changed. It's like, you know, when you get drunk and your face just like
you just can't get the selfie right.
Yeah, her whole demeanor and face just went to that place. I was like, did they have some whiskey on set?
I did wonder if they.
What, did they take a little shot before?
Yeah.
What's it called when you actually do method acting?
Yes, they had to get a little, you know, tipsy for it. I love that they come back from the Bachelorette and John is sitting there with the baby, and they're like, oh, we just went to a dance show. Like, it was a dance, and then like she pulls out boots or something from her purse, and she's like, yeah, it's an all male dance show from Australia, which obviously they're trying to mean.
No, she pulled out like the thong.
Oh, was it the thong or the boots?
Like a male thong. That's what I thought it was, right? The male thong that Kimmy pulled.
Oh yeah.
Okay. From, like, I don't know why I saw boots.
Thunder from Down Under.
Thunder from Down Under. Yeah. She's like, it's from an Australian review show
in San Francisco.
I mean, they have tours.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they were off that night in Vegas. It was probably like a Tuesday.
Yeah. They're like, we'll just go to San Fran. I don't know. But
why not?
And Jesse was like, okay, great, and thinking he's going to get some alone time with his wife. And she's like, no, I'm going to take the baby upstairs, and goes.
Well, we know she is obsessed with baby Tommy, because her last visit was all about
Not letting go.
Yeah, not letting go of that child.
Let
it's
it go.
Nikki and Alec need to give her some grandkids stat.
They're
like
how old are they?
20.
She is like grandbaby crazy right now though.
She really is.
That's why I'm so happy my brother gave my mom one, because she was just on me. Like,
that's why
I already know my situation, Mom.
Well, at least she has one now, so she's like
I'm
laid
good for
off
another
a little
like
bit.
5 years.
You have a little time. But back to your bachelorette.
It was the
thing.
best part of, honestly, I thought it was one of the best parts of the whole season, because the way they did it, I love that they make fun of everything. Like, they poke fun at it in such a fun way. Like, who would have really thought, like, just the way they took it so seriously, like, stepping forward. Their responses to each other were so Bachelorette. I loved it.
And the rose and the whole, like, okay, there's two guys, and like the whole, like, kind of Chris Harrison breakdown thing that they did. And I also like that we've talked about this, kind of saying, like, it feels sort of like The Bachelor, because she's dating two guys at the same time, and she doesn't know who she's going to pick. She doesn't know who she's going to pick. And I, like, they picked up on that, obviously, and were like, let's do a funny Bachelorette thing. And they went with it. It was good.
And she gave the rose to herself.
What do you think about that?
About what?
That she didn't pick anyone.
I loved it.
I totally agree with what she did. I think that...
Oh, yeah, because you were worried about how Steve was with the kids. And
yeah, but, you know, I watched ahead. But no, I was very happy that she decided to do that, because I agree with her. She is just getting back out in the dating world, and you can't just go from dating Steve to, I assume, dating her husband and then dating these two guys. It's like you're jumping from relationship to relationship, and instead you should be dating and having fun, and you don't have to just settle down just because there's two guys right in front of you right now.
Two good guys too. It's not like one is a bad choice, honestly. And that's the struggle most people wish they had.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, if she can't decide which one she wants, then maybe she's not ready for it. It's like her indecisiveness is actually more about her than them.
Right.
So I think she listened to herself.
Yeah. In her heart voice.
Listen to your heart.
There you go. I think I've said this before, but her being stuck between two guys reminds me of her being stuck between two guys before with Nelson and Viper. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
There was a rocker and the really rich one that was flying her out on jets and taking her private limos, private this. And then one comes singing in the park to her, and the other one is like, well, I can't hire, Frank Sinatra or whoever she brought. And, like, he came out with one rose, the other one came out with 100. Anyways, if y'all have watched Full House, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so it kind of had flashbacks to that for me. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's smart on their part for her not to pick one, because we have to have something to, is she gonna pick one season 2?
I'm telling you, now that we see they have like this little I feel like there's gonna be a bromance between them, and she's gonna get involved with somebody, and it's just gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I see Steve and Matt just having their own bromance, and DJ going a completely different direction.
Okay, good predictions. I like it. I like it. Did you guys like the season overall?
Yeah,
I did. I had fun watching it. It brought back so many memories from my childhood from watching the original show, and it was just a good, not so wholesome now that I think about all the adult innuendo jokes in there, but it's just a good wholesome. It reminded me of the 90s with the studio audience and the multi-camera thing, so it was just really fun to bring back a classic TV sitcom.
Yeah, and even though they had like little jokes that went, beyond the G rating that I felt. But I gotta say, like, it's just good to have good family sitcom back on air, and especially the fact they did it with Netflix, so it's just like you can watch the season over and over and over and over again.
Exactly.
And I think it's just good because kids right now are so into like Netflix, Hulu, so this is something that's really easily accessible, and they're teaching morals, manners. I love it.
Yeah, I agree with both of you, because yeah, you got the round of applause. Studio audience for you. See that?
Thank you.
It's a full house in here. But yeah, I agree with both of you. I loved it, and I can't wait to see. I'm kind of bummed that they're shooting this May and it's not coming out till 2017.
Yeah, it's
like how long does it take you to all edit 13 episodes? Get it together.
Such is the Netflix way.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
I know, it makes me sad though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need them to revamp another 90s show so I can have an in between.
Something, yeah.
I need an in between.
Well, you got like Orange is the New Black coming back.
I
still have to catch up on last season.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I have news and gossip for y'all before we go though.
Ooh.
Say what?
Do I get music or no? No? Okay. Anyways.
Well, you guys said as if it was a prediction.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, well, it's not a prediction, it's news and gossip, but I was telling them earlier, I actually interviewed John Stamos, Dave Coulier, and Lori Loughlin. Today's Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. I interviewed them a couple of days ago at the TV Land Icon Awards. It's airing this Sunday on TV Land because John Stamos got the Icon Award of the Year or something like that. And I've interviewed John a bunch of times before. Dave, I haven't, and Lori, I hadn't. And they were both really sweet. And I thought what was really sweet about Lori is I found out later she was wearing this really pretty pink, like blush color strapless dress, which is actually from Mary-Kate and Ashley's line for adults. And I guess
with James.
Yes. And someone asked her, I guess, on the red carpet, they recognized the dress, and they said, oh, did you get a discount? Did they send that to you for free? And she's like, no, I paid full price. She's like, I went to the store and bought it. I paid full price. I was like, dang, girl. Well, you know.
I mean,
support your friends.
She can afford
got
it.
the coin.
She
Yeah.
can afford it. This is true.
yeah, that is true.
But I thought that was really sweet that she was wearing that on a day that she's honoring John Stamos because it kind of brings the Full House things full circle.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave, like I said in the interview, I saw him do stand-up comedy last week and he was absolutely hilarious. So if you see him tweeting or anything that he's in your town, you have to go see him. He was so freaking good. And I told him that and he was like, oh, thank you. And like did a little bit in our interview. So check him out. Watch him. It's on AfterBuzz TV. It's on YouTube. And let me know what you guys think. It was fun talking to all of them.
I'm excited.
Hey.
It was good times. Hopefully they'll be here next season. And we'll have more guests here. It'll be good.
They're gonna come right here.
They're gonna come right here, all of them.
We're gonna be a full studio.
A full house.
Full.
Dum-dum. 2 times. Yeah! Anyways, that's my news and gossip.
Awesome.
Boom.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course. Do you guys have anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
I mean, I feel like that was the episode. Good season. I loved it. I'm happy that they brought the whole cast back. Next season, I'd like to see Mary-Kate. Like to see the Yankee Doodle Kid. And
the Yankee Doodle Kid. He hosts here.
I mean, look, I didn't know he hosts here. So I just always knew him as the Yankee Doodle Kid. And so...
Yes, Yankee Doodle Kid.
But I'm glad, full circle, he's back here.
Tiana, do you have anything you want to add?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've all pretty much said it. We had a blast this season. Thank you guys for watching, and tune in again next season when we're back.
We'll be back.
Do you want to tell them where they can find you?
Oh, yeah, that part. Hi, you can find me at the Tiona Hobson, and you can also check me out on a bunch of other after shows here at AfterBuzz TV.
Boom, y'all can hit me up everywhere at DJ Jesse J. My website is jessejanedy.com if you want to see all the videos that I be doing.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Annika Michelle 1 and on my website, AnnikaMichelle.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Yay!
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Throw flowers.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.